Hey everyone, Manny from Motomillion here. I just want to talk to you guys and show you guys some of the wheels that we have here. It's not something that you see every day, and I guess at this day and age you can't just walk into a store and see these things, and it's a big purchase. So I thought I'd show you guys what they are because we get a lot of questions. Maybe this would help answer some of your questions you have about the carbon fiber wheels. We got two brands of the wheels, Rotobox and BST. They're the two major brands. And you know, they all have their cult following. BST was one of the first carbon fiber wheels that was introduced. It's been almost a decade that they've been out and they've been making wheels. Rotobox, fairly new contender, but they've been making some great wheels. And we got both of them here to show you what they look like. We'll start off with the Rotobox Boost wheels. It's been about 1 year that these wheels have been introduced to the market. Everyone thinks, when they think of the Rotobox, they think of the big fat spokes that they used to have. This is their newest design, and they have the thinner spokes. And it's called Boost. They're a great wheel. They're one of the lightest wheels, and they're one of the stronger carbon fiber wheels that are on the market. What we really like about the Rotobox wheels is the finish of the wheels. This is the gloss finish. This is the one that's usually not special order, usually in stock if they're not sold out. And you can just see how good the finish looks. You know, it's always deceiving on camera as well, and you don't see the real thing, but we really like the finish of these wheels. The gloss looks really good. They also come in matte. The matte finish, I'm not the biggest fan of it. If it's your taste, it's what you want. They look good too. The only thing to know about the matte finish is the matte finish, it doesn't have any kind of coating like this. This is a clear coat on it, and the matte finish is just a sanded down carbon finish. And they're kind of hard to keep clean. If you touch them, you will actually, you'll see your fingerprints and everything on it. You gotta clean it again. Think about, brake dust and maybe some chain grease getting on the wheels. And if you're OCD like me, it's kind of going to be a nightmare of a deal to keep them clean. In a nutshell, these are the Rotobox wheels. And now these are the BST's brand new RapidTek wheels. I think the design is pretty amazing. It doesn't come out good in the pictures at all, but in person, they just look amazing. This is the matte finish. But I think when I looked at the color chart online, this might even be the satin finish, but the US distributor calls them matte, so we'll call them matte for the sake of not confusing people. The matte finish on this wheel is different than the Boost wheels. I wish I had a pair to show you over here, but we don't keep the matte ones in stock for the Rotobox wheels. But the BST's matte finish, it seems like there's actually a coating on here, some kind of a satin finish on them so that it's not just raw. This is probably the best wheel that BST's made so far in terms of weight and look, but again, looks are a very personal thing and everyone could have their opinions on that. Not just the style wise, but also the weight wise. This BST wheel is actually a big departure from the previous models that I've seen. This is the lightest ones that we've ever weighed. You might recognize this finish off the Panigale Superleggera, the 1299 that has the carbon wheels. The design is really similar. I guess they couldn't use the design that they've made because BST has made the wheels for the Panigale 1299 Superleggera, and they couldn't use the same design for consumers like us. Instead of both the spokes being straight, this one has a little kink to it, and I think it looks cool. It kind of looks like it's in motion without being in motion. So now that you've seen the wheels, it's a common question that we get, which one's better, and rightfully so, because these things cost $3,000 to $4,000. It's a big purchase, so you probably want to feel good about your purchase. And at this level of quality right now that BST and Rotobox are putting out, I think they're neck and neck. It comes down to personal preferences. It's the style and the look that you're looking for. I'm a big fan of the Rotobox Boost wheels just because I think they look good, and also I'll show you in a second as well that there's little tiny differences between the finish of the wheels that make me go for the Boost. It's not a huge difference, but I tend to be a little bit OCD, so those things matter for me, and it makes me feel good about my purchase if I were to spend the money on these wheels. The next question that we get a lot is, are they safe? Is carbon fiber wheels safe to use on the street, to use on the track? It's a very touchy subject because everyone seems to have an opinion on them, and it's not based much on research. Carbon fiber wheels have been around for around 10 years, and we have customers, Ruben, if you're watching, he's been running carbon wheels on the track for around 10 years on a track bike. He's run every single brand that you could think of and keeps running carbon wheels, and that's a testament to the safeness of the wheels. He's crashed his bike a couple of times and the wheels came out safe from it. again, you know, it's a type of crash that you're going to have. Obviously, if your bike goes into a barrel roll, you're going to break your forged wheels too. You know, it all comes down to the consequences of what broke the wheel. If you're going to hit a big pothole, you're going to break the wheel no matter what it's made from. And on the second hand, you know, if you see failures, there usually is another mechanical failure that will lead to a failure of the wheel. They're safe to run up the track and on the street. I have them on the street myself. I think the street actually is a tougher place for wheels to live on than the track, because imagine you got potholes, you got, you know, various conditions of the road, you got speed bumps, and you know, who doesn't jump on the speed bumps with their bike? I know what you're going to say. Why doesn't MotoGP use it? It's a little known fact. MotoGP, actually, some of the runner-up classes was using carbon fiber wheels when they were first introduced. All of a sudden, they decided to ban carbon fiber wheels, and there wasn't even a single failure. What people tend to forget is it's a great sport, and there's money involved. And when there's money involved and there's sponsors involved, they're going to make the rules to favor one thing over another. I'm not going to point fingers and get into big detail. I think you shouldn't be hung up so much on, you know, why they use on MotoGP bikes. You know, I think in total of miles put into by consumers and other riders that have been using these wheels, it's a bigger testament that these wheels are safe to be run on the road. So let me just show you the little differences that I said that I like the Boost more than the BST wheels, so that you can see it in person as well. This is what you see usually when you see a wheel, because there's the tires that get mounted onto here. But if you look closely, Rotobox actually finishes the barrel. This is a shiny finish all the way down the center. You know, maybe I'm a sucker that I fall for this, but to me this just shows that, not that BST makes a bad wheel, it's just that this is a more finished product to me than what the BSTs are. And also, if you look here, it's like, this feels like sandpaper along the rims of the wheel. That's so that if you're running slicks and you're on the track, you don't spin the tire on the wheel coming out of the corners or when there's high grip situations. And let me show you the BST wheels in comparison. This is the BST RapidTek, the front wheel off of Panigale for V4, 1299, 1199. Again, this is covered by a tire, so you don't really see it, but when you don't have a tire, you see this. It doesn't have that, the grippy part of the rims on it. If you're going to use this on the track, I don't know, I've never heard of people having any kind of wheel slip or tire slip on the wheels, but that's one thing to consider as well. One of the differences between BST and Rotobox that has me leaning more towards Rotobox is, this is actually just a wheel that's cut in half so that you guys can see. I'll do this so that maybe the camera can focus. But Rotobox runs a 2.5mm steel wire right around the rim of the wheel. That gives it a little bit more rigidity on the rim of the wheel. It's also for impact. And also, one other thing is that if you're doing frequent tire changes and if you're using this on the track, it's just a little stronger, I guess, than the BST ones. Not that there has ever been a problem with BST wheels being used on track, but, you know, for me, again, this is my personal opinion, it's an assurance that there's something in there to make it stronger. And one more time, this is kind of cool. This is literally a wheel that's just been cut in half. And thumbs up to Rotobox for sending me this so that I can show you people what they look like. And BST, hey, if you want to send me something like this, I'll be more than happy to show people. So another question you might have, which is a very popular question, is how much do they weigh? You know, how light are they? So in comparison, our good friend 650E had just weighed his wheels off his V4 Speciale. They're forged aluminum wheels that come on that bike, and that's a $40,000 bike. The wheels that came off that bike, the front wheels weighed in at 7.5 pounds and the rear ones weighed in at 8.1 pounds. In comparison to the BST RapidTeks that we weighed over here, the front ones weigh 6.1 pounds and the rear ones weigh 5.4 pounds. That's 4.1 pounds of difference in weight from a lightweight forged aluminum wheel. And if you don't think that's a lot, you have to consider gyroscopic force and the momentum of inertia. They make a huge difference with 4.1 pounds. And as soon as you jump on the bike with the lightweight carbon wheels, you'll see it. You know, the tip-in is much easier, the bike feels a lot more nimbler, your braking performance will get better, your acceleration is going to get better, but the biggest noticeable difference you're going to have is the side-to-side movement that you have on the bike. That completely changes on the bike because of the whole gyroscopic effect that weight has on the wheel. So comparing the BSTs to the Rotoboxes, we weighed the Rotoboxes that were for the Ducati Panigale as well, for the single-sided swing arm models. The front one weighed in at 5.8 pounds and the rear one weighed in at 6.5 pounds. So as you can see right now with the RapidTeks and the Rotobox Boost, the weights very, very similar. You know, they're within a pound or half a pound of each other. I think you should probably decide yourself as which one do you like more in terms of looks. If one looks better than the other for you, you should just pick that one out. So enough of me rambling on. That's the basics of the carbon fiber wheels. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave your comments below. Which ones do you like more? What do you prefer? What other products do you want me to show you and geek out about? And you know, give us a thumbs up to let us know that you enjoyed this video, and see you next time.